What's good, Vikings Nation? Skol. Welcome back to the channel where we bleed purple and gold. And today, we're diving into the hottest Minnesota Vikings news for 2025. We've got a massive update on our standout safety Josh Metellus and his contract talks, plus some juicy NFL chatter about the Chargers and Panthers' secondary needs. Are the Vikings locking down their defensive star, or is something else brewing? Stick around, because this one's going to hit harder than a Brian Flores blitz. Let's set the stage. The Vikings are coming off a rollercoaster 2024 season, and with J.J. McCarthy leading the charge in 2025, the secondary is under the spotlight. Josh Metellus has been a cornerstone of this unit, but with his contract nearing its end, fans are buzzing. Will he stay in purple? And what's the deal with other teams' defenses? Let's break it all down with 10 electrifying segments that'll keep you glued to the screen. Here's the teaser to hook you. Metellus is a game changer, but his future is on the line. Will the Vikings seal the deal, or are we in for a shock? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's your gut telling you? Let's jump into the action and unpack the latest Vikings news like only true fans can. The Minnesota Vikings are at a crossroads, folks, and Josh Metellus is right in the middle of it. This guy's been a beast in our secondary, racking up 216 snaps at linebacker, 155 at slot corner, and even 46 at defensive tackle in 2024, according to Next Gen Stats. That's versatility you can't teach. But here's the kicker. He's in the final year of his contract, and talks for an extension are heating up. Word on the street, or rather posts on X, say both Metellus and the Vikings are eager to get a deal done. Alec Lewis from The Alec Lewis Show dropped some optimism, saying there's a pretty good chance things work out. That's music to our ears, Skol fans. After losing Cameron Bynum in free agency, keeping Metellus is a must to keep our defense fierce. So what's at stake? Metellus isn't just a player. He's a Brian Flores disciple who can play anywhere. If the Vikings don't lock him up, our secondary could take a hit. Do you think Kwesi Adofo-Mensah will pony up the cash? Hit the comments with your predictions. Let's talk money and loyalty. Let's zoom in on why Josh Metellus is worth every penny. This dude's not just a safety, he's a Swiss Army knife. In 2024, he and Bynum combined for 5 picks, showing crazy chemistry. His 89.6 overall grade and 90.4 coverage grade in Week 14 of 2023, per PFF, had analysts calling his earlier extension a steal. Now, he's eyeing a bigger payday, and who can blame him? The Vikings' defense thrives on players like Metellus, who can adapt to Flores' wild schemes. X posts from @VikingsFanpage highlight how he's bulking up for 2025, ready to dominate in the box. That's the kind of commitment we love. But with only 4 draft picks in 2025, the front office can't afford to let a proven star walk. Here's the suspense. Contract talks are ongoing, but nothing's signed yet. Will Metellus stay the heart of our secondary, or could negotiations stall? What's your take, Vikings Nation? Should we break the bank for him? Drop it below and let's keep the convo rolling. Now let's squash some fake news floating around. Some outlets claimed Metellus might seek a trade or is holding in at camp. Nope, not true. There's zero evidence backing that, and X posts from trusted sources like @WillRaggets confirm a deal is likely just a matter of time. Don't fall for the clickbait, Skol fam. This is our guy and he's all in with the Vikings. Metellus himself downplayed any drama during OTAs, saying it's all part of the process. That's the mindset of a leader. Selected in the 6th round of the 2020 NFL Draft out of Michigan, he's outperformed his draft slot, becoming a fan favorite with his hustle and heart. His Tell Us with Metellus social media series? Pure gold. But the clock's ticking. Training camp's around the corner, and we need this deal done. Can the Vikings keep their secondary intact with Byron Murphy Jr. and Harrison Smith already locked in? What's your confidence level in Kwesi's plan? Sound off in the comments. Let's pivot to the Los Angeles Chargers secondary for a sec. Why? Because their moves show how valuable a player like Metellus is across the NFL. After losing Christian Fulton, they snagged Dante Jackson and Benjamin St. Just, plus extended Elijah Molden. With Alohi Gilman and Derwin James Jr., that's a stacked unit, but depth is always key. Imagine a guy like Metellus in LA, He'd thrive under defensive coordinator Jesse Minter, who shares Flores' aggressive style. If Gilman gets banged up, a versatile safety could step up big. But hold up, Vikings fans, this is just a thought experiment. Metellus belongs in purple, right? No way we're letting him shine elsewhere. Still, it makes you think. The Chargers' moves highlight how teams covet players with Metellus' skill set. Should the Vikings be worried about other teams sniffing around if talks drag on? What's your vibe on this, Skol Nation? Hit the comments and let's debate. Over in Carolina, the Panthers are screaming for secondary help, and it's a reminder of how lucky we are to have Metellus. Their defense was one of the league's worst in 2024, with a shaky safety group despite signing Trayvon Moehrig. Nick Scott's not cutting it as a starter, and while J.C. Horn and Michael Jackson are solid at corner, the back end needs juice. A player like Metellus could transform Carolina's defense, pairing with Moehrig to create a dynamic duo. His ability to play multiple roles would give their coordinator flexibility. But let's be real, Carolina's loss is our gain. The Vikings secondary with Metellus, Murphy, and Smith is light years ahead. Here's the question. Does seeing teams like the Panthers struggle make you appreciate Metellus more? Or are you nervous about the Vikings' depth if we don't sign him soon? Drop your thoughts below, and let's keep the Skol fire burning. Back to our Vikings. The secondary isn't just Metellus. Byron Murphy Jr. is back, and at 27 he's hitting his prime. Isaiah Rodgers, another young gun, is meshing well, per Vikings.com, with Flores praising his football IQ. Harrison Smith, the ageless wonder, is still locking down the back end. This group's got potential, but Metellus is the glue. The 2025 offseason program showed this unit's got synergy, with Metellus' versatility tying it together. Losing Bynum hurt, but the Vikings can't afford another blow. With Dallas Turner rising at linebacker, our defense could be elite if we keep the band together. Are you hyped for this crew, Skol fans? Suspense alert. If Metellus signs, this secondary could be top 10. If not, we're rolling the dice. What's your dream scenario for our defense in 2025? Hit the comments and let's dream big. Let's talk big picture Vikings goals for 2025. J.J. McCarthy's stepping up as QB1, and the offense is stacked with Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson, and rookie lineman Donovan Jackson. But defense wins championships, and Metellus is a cornerstone. Without him, can we chase that elusive Super Bowl? Posts on X from @VikingsFanpage say Metellus' leadership is unmatched, with fans loving his energy on and off the field. His 20 QB pressures and 30 defensive stops in 2023 show he's not just a coverage guy, he's a playmaker. The Vikings' $30 million deal for Javon Hargrave got some flack, but Metellus is a homegrown star worth investing in. Here's the hook. Every day without a deal raises the stakes. Do you trust the front office to make it happen? Or are you sweating? Drop your take in the comments, Vikings Nation. Time for a reality check. The Vikings secondary was a strength in 2024, but 2025 brings new challenges. Losing Bynum and depth pieces like Johnny Munt means we need young guys like Mekhi Blackman and Jay Ward to step up. Metellus' experience is crucial to mentor these risers. Per VikingsTerritory.com. Flores' scheme thrives on chaos, and Metellus is his chess piece. His 26 snaps as an edge rusher? Insane. If he walks, replacing that production is tough. The Vikings' 4 roster risers, including Dallas Turner, give hope, but Metellus is the now and the future. Are you feeling the pressure yet, Skol fam? Let's keep it interactive. Who's your breakout star for the secondary in 2025? Blackman, Ward, or someone else? And how big a role does Metellus play? Hit the comments and let's chop it up. We're nearing the end, but the Metellus saga's got us on edge. Training camps looming, and per X posts, the Vikings are prioritizing extensions like they did for Josh Oliver and Andrew Van Ginkel. Metellus is next, but negotiations can be tricky. Will it be a blockbuster deal or a nail-biter? The fan base is buzzing, with Adam Schefter's 2023 post about Metellus' $13 million extension reminding us how savvy this front office can be. Kwesi's got a plan, but with only 4 2025 draft picks, free agency moves like Hargrave show they're all in. Can they balance the cap to keep Metellus? Here's the cliffhanger. What's the max you'd pay Metellus? $10 million a year? More? Drop your number in the comments, and let's see who's got GM vibes in Vikings Nation. Alright, Vikings Nation, it's time to wrap this up with a Skol chant. Josh Metellus is the heart of our secondary, and while contract talks are ongoing, the vibes are good. The Chargers and Panthers wish they had a guy like him, but he's ours. Let's keep it that way. 2025's gonna be wild with J.J. McCarthy, a stacked defense, and you, the best fans in the NFL. Let's keep the energy high. Smash that like button if you're hyped for Metellus to stay. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and share this with your Vikings crew. Your comments fuel us. Tell us your bold predictions for 2025. Who's making the Pro Bowl? What's our record? Skol Vikings. Let's ride to training camp together and chase that Super Bowl. Stay locked in for more Vikings news, and as always, keep bleeding purple. Peace out and see you in the next one.